Morning, everyone. Jason here. Want to talk to you briefly today about new Panda and a few things we can do. I want to talk to you about setting up your folks in regards to the anniversaries and birthdays. That's something that some folks having a little trouble with. So I want to talk about that, and I want to talk about some of the pre-written articles of value that we have that I think are really pretty cool, and we can also incorporate into some of our marketing. So let's dive right in. And get right here. Let's log into the gateway. We're going to scroll right down here to the old new Panda Bear. And this isn't going to be a real long session today, probably only around 30 minutes, and we've got time at the end there. Of course, we'll have some questions if you got those. Feel free to keep those, and Katrina will be taking care of those as we go. Let's go in here. And before we get diving in, I want to refresh on just a couple things from last week we talked about. One of the first things we want to make sure we're doing right here is that we're going to the settings and that all this information is correct. So confirm your display information, your contact information, make sure those phone numbers are right. You don't have to do anything with the images. Your images will probably already be there. Nothing for the account information, but you do want to make sure that your social networks are set up properly. If you have Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google+, YouTube page, or Pinterest, or a blog, make sure that you just cut and paste and put those in there. So that's just a quick reminder when those social links are. So what I want to start with is going to contacts. And what I recommend is you set yourself up as a contact if you haven't already. So here's my contact that I'm working on right here, old Jason Tester. And we click on that, and we can see here's Jason Tester's basically his activity. So that's great. We can see that. Really nothing to do here. Confirmed that we're sending those emails. We got them on the monthly ABP so that they're getting the message. What we want to do is up here at the top, click Edit. So what I'd like you guys to do is set yourself up as one of these people. Set yourself up, put in your contact information, and then I want you to scroll down to right here and add in your birth date and a customer anniversary. If you want to do a wedding anniversary, that's fine too, but at least do those two. These aren't my real birth date. I just did them so that I could get one sent to me so that I could show you guys what it looks like. But if you want to do that and then edit it for the remainder ones, go ahead and set yourself up and put it tomorrow. You should know that it won't post these important date announcements for your anniversary or birth date until midnight of that night. So at midnight, then it recognizes that, oh, the date's changed. Now we need to send this information out. So go ahead and set one up for tomorrow and do it yourself so you can see what it looks like. And then if you want to edit it, you can. So let's kind of see what the process is. So after we've done that, we want to go into our autopilot settings. So we've got our autopilot ones here that are clicked that are going to be sent out. This is a contact-based event, and it says add birthday and event fields to your contact records, which we just did, and will automatically create and deliver an email message as they happen. Messages will be available in your queue in advance, and you can edit the contents and delivery date before they're sent, or just sit back and let us do all the work. So the cool thing about this is once you started loading some folks in there, you'll get a notification when they send you when you review your queue, you will be able to see that, oh, there's the home anniversary, there's the birthday one. If you want to make any tweaks or changes to it as you go, you can. But we'll just simply click those boxes because we know we've set it up for our contacts within there. We go into your messages. Now you can see, here's the birthday. Had one for Lisa Cerno, my clients. Let's see, junk food day. These are some auto posts that are going out. There's old Jason Tester for my birthday. So I can view that. And it's a very kind of generic. You don't want to make this too specific. Don't put the year on there or anything. Just every day on their birthday it's coming out. Wishing you the best today and throughout the coming year. So now you've had a chance to take a look at that. Now if we go back, you can see if you want to, the other one I saw that I had for Lisa go out. I click edit and you can see it's the same one. So now I can also edit this message as well. So if I want to add something to it or change something, I can certainly do that by clicking the picture, adding the picture. Oh, I have to do it. It's a control command thing. Sorry, let me see here. This is a top secret one. There we go. So now in the image, maybe you have another birthday picture you like, or if you have a specific picture of them, I think that's great too. But then remember, you have to change it out for every single person that you do that to. Otherwise, you're going to send a picture of someone else to yours. So when you start changing out your images, this is what shows up, and it's the image manager. And what you can do is click on upload and then just go somewhere from your computer and just select the pictures. So if you have other photos you want to upload, that is how you would do it. You can upload that and load them right into there, and then they'll be stored here. So these are just a few little sample ones that I've gotten. And then we can add those. We click on those. Then it would allow us to insert that photo. And of course, you can always edit the text here at any time, bigger, smaller. You want to make the message more personalized, you can do that. And save and continue, and it just goes just like it would out anything else. So you can see it's not too tricky to do this. You can always change the email subject line. Happy birthday to you, obviously, is a pretty obvious one. And it will know that it's sending these out. If you have ones that you want to send out or catch up on, you can send those separately as well. But your messages will always have those ones coming up, and you'll get to see what they look like. And again, if you don't like it, you can, of course, edit that message to see what it looks like. A pretty cool little thing to do. I recommend you can also do it for your homeowner anniversary. So put in the date that you closed on that property. Put a little picture of a house or something in there. And we've got some of those. And you can also find these. So now you think, well, gosh, if I want to make my own, create new message. Let's start with the template. I don't write HTML code. And right up here, Colorado Homes Edition. I believe it is under e-stationery. No, general marketing. E-stationery. Sorry, I can't remember which one this one's under. Maybe I have the wrong one. Oh, there we go. Is that it? There we go. So it's under, sorry, it's not under the Homes Edition. It's under the Custom Industry Editions, under the e-cards, and right down here, Home Anniversary. So you can select a Home Anniversary card and set that up to send out automatically for your folks. So I think that's a really good one. That should probably just be part of your checklist. Once you've finished closing on a property with someone, go in and add them as a contact on the dashboard at the home screen there. Put them in a group if you have them in a specific group, your sphere or whatever. And then go in there and put in there, click the button Home Anniversary, and create yourself a Home Anniversary card for them. And it'll be something that can be sent out, of course, which is kind of cool. I think this is kind of nice. You can customize it. We've got a few right here. Again, you can always take one of these and just swap out that image if you have another image that you like. And then after you've sent it, send it to yourself if you want to edit that image and see what it looks like. I'm a big fan of testing stuff before you send it out. And after you've tested it and taken a look, then you can kind of decide, oh gosh, this is something that I want to really want to use over and over, or oh, this doesn't quite look the way I wanted to. Let's go into the next section here. If you got any questions, feel free to leave those with Katrina, but I want to go into something that I think kind of gets skipped here, and it's the pre-written articles of value. So I want to kind of walk you through some of these. And you can see first off we have the insider. And I don't think a lot of people know these are even here, but they're really pretty clever. Nice looking emails, got some great tips in them. Um, and I think you can actually use this not only after you've closed a client and want to let them know about landscaping tips or something like that, but I think prior to or during. So prior to, the credit score one might be a good one to send them. Hey, do you know what's going on with your credit score and your history and your debt credit and your number of inquiries and all that stuff? So that's kind of cool. Then during the course, you put the home under contract. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, excuse me, buyer, or seller for that matter. I want to send you something about the home inspection. You know, what's covered in the home inspection, to see reports, how long it's going to take, what the costs are, the types of stuff that they inspect. I think this is kind of a nice thing to send them because, like, well, what do I expect for the home inspection? Well, let me kind of run it through. Here's some samples. Here's kind of what to expect. So that could be one during the process. If you've got someone who's looking to sell their home, how about you pull up there for your pre-listing appointment, your listing presentation, and you see a house that's not very appealing. Say, hey, one of the things we really got to focus on when we're selling your home is the curb appeal, because we know how important that is. So, Mr. Michelle, I'd like to send you a quick article that I send to my clients in regards to making sure that your curb appeal looks the best so we can get the most amount of money for your house. So this is a nice little article. Boom, pop that in there and send it to them. Oops. So again, that's pre-written articles of value, the insider. We've got them all in there. Stuff, fads to ignore, great room, maker, chamber, kitchen, just some ideas about buying and selling. This is another one. You've got someone thinking about selling, how to boost their resale value. So hey, you know, guys, I know you're thinking about selling your home. I want to send you a quick article on how to make sure that we can boost the value so that you can get the most amount of money, least amount of time, with the least amount of stress. And it talks about siding, bathroom, kitchen, mid-range appliance replacements, etc., attic, basement. You get the idea. So that's all again under the pre-written articles of value. The next one I want to talk about is the monthly digest. And you saw, if you were on my WebEx this morning, we talked about in Market Leader some of the articles of value we had for those that had a monthly one. If you want to do those, great. If you want to do this one, great. The nice thing is we have one for every month. So we've got July here. We can preview it. And this is something, here it is. Did you know this one talks about the Declaration of Independence and who signed it and how most of them died actually during the course of it. As July events in here, Gummy Worm Day. My kids will be happy to know about Gummy Worm Day. Disneyland opened in 1955 in July. Kind of interesting. Just a little something to get in front of them. Hey, I'm still out here, still selling real estate. Here's a little article value. And you can see they've got one for every month, and then every year these change. The last one we've got here is just general articles. And it's why partner with a realtor, spring planning, neighborhood yard sale. I know quite a few folks in our company organize neighborhood garage sales. This is just a little article on how to organize one. So maybe you want to partner with someone in your neighborhood. Say, hey, I want to organize a garage, so would you help me? And say I found some information and share that with them. Why partner with a realtor? This could be a good one for people you're meeting at open houses and aren't really sure, you know, do I need an agent? Well, yeah, you do, and here's why. And it kind of walks you through some ideas for that. The other one that we have that's pretty cool on here, so that's some pre-written articles of value. We also, under the Colorado Homes Edition, one of the things that's really pretty cool, one is the consumer tips. So if you're looking for something to post, so here's the thing I want to recommend you do with these. And this is where we can use all this great stuff that Coldwell Banker has put together and typed for us and just cut and paste. We don't have to just send it socially on here. We certainly could, but we can just cut and paste something. These are our articles to use as we will. So if you want to take this staging your home one and preview it, and you want to just copy this, go through, just copy this. There you go. Oh, I can't remember what's it's command click, control click. And now I can just copy that. I can just copy that, go into my Facebook page and type, hey, if you're thinking about selling your home, here's some staging tips that I put together. They don't know this. We have the full right to use this as our own. Even with our contact information at the bottom. So you can go ahead and do that as well. These are pretty cool. We've got winter safety tips, winterizing your home. For those of you who live in the mountains and have seasonal dwellers, this might be a great one to print out as well and maybe send as a copy, with your card in there. Or if you have someone who does winterization for you, send them hey, here's a great way, here's some winterizing tips. And if you need a service provider for winterizing your home, here's my handyman Benny who does winterization for all you folks living in the mountains. So we have a lot of stuff here. So don't hesitate to get in here and look at some of these messages and review this content and see if there's something that is of interest to you. First-time home buyers, social, Facebook. This one I thought was really pretty interesting. I posted this on my page, and it's about, with 850 million active users, you can't afford to have a realtor who doesn't understand the importance of Facebook. So obviously I'm posting that on my Facebook. I understand Facebook and how I use it, because I actually do use Facebook when I market my listings. The other one on here that's really pretty powerful that I think we forget about is the reality check. And this is something the company puts together for us every year, every month. And you can just click and see. Here's July, excuse me. And we can preview that and see what it looks like. I think these are great articles and great things to post socially, or to possibly print, to deliver at open houses with your sphere. There's quite a bit of stuff here for you to do. And again, don't hesitate to cut and paste this stuff out and just post it. Like I said, we have full rights to use it. We have one for every month. That'd be a great posting, because I know sometimes we get nervous about sending too many emails out. And if you're sending all this stuff out, yeah, you might be feeling a little spammy, and we don't want to feel a little spammy when we're sending this stuff out. We want it to feel very natural and very, hey, I'm just touching base with interesting articles that you might find worthy. Of course, our local events and promos. We always have that stuff going on. Up north, they have the Peach Festival going on. These are avalanche stuff. Elitch Gardens Scholarship Program. General marketing. If you live in the Springs, this may be one you definitely want to review, and that's the USAA rewards. Obviously, if you're living in those military markets, this is a pretty important piece for them. They can take advantage of those benefits. And then, of course, we have the custom industry stuff too. I like the real estate stuff for e-cards, for stationery. They even have a newsletter style, so if you want to do some type of a newsletter outside of the one that the company does for you, if you really love to write, this could be something you could do. I don't necessarily know that I'm the guy for doing that. I like the newsletter just kind of how as we have it. But if you want to do something else, there's some ideas for you. So we don't really have anything else to go over today after last time. If you have some specific questions, please do let me know. And then we'll probably circle back on the next go around and kind of do another large overview. Wanted to dive into a couple just specific things this time in regards to the birthdays and the anniversaries, those type of cards, and then remind you that, hey, we've got some great pre-written stuff here that you can take advantage of. Thanks so much, guys. Appreciate you spending a little time with me here. If you have any other specific questions, don't hesitate to holler at me, and I'll answer them as best I can. Have a great day. Thanks.